I don't have the totals yet, but I think this may be one of the busiest OHL trade deadlines I've seen in a long time. And I know it's, with the Memorial Cup being in the Ontario Hockey League this year at the Saginaw Spirit, it's kind of added another level of anticipation and for teams wanting to step it up. The Saginaw Spirit, they've already made some big trades. And then you look at the teams in the East, they've got that potential. If the Saginaw Spirit make it to the final, then they've got an automatic ticket to the Memorial Cup. So a lot is on the line this season. It feels like we have a lot of buyers, and the prices just keep on going up. And with that in mind, we've had another pretty significant trade. The Kitchener Rangers making their first move. They've picked up Eduard Sale from the Barrie Colts. Let's break it down. So right now, the Barrie Colts full rebuild. It's in full effect, and right now they've traded Eduard Sale to the Kitchener Rangers, along with defenseman Olivier Savard. And going the other way to the Barrie Colts, Kyle Morey, Blair Scott, and 8 draft picks, and that includes Saginaw's second round pick in 2026. So this is a massive deal between the Colts and the Rangers. Chalet, he's a Seattle Kraken prospect. He's got some amazing skill. It was on full display at the World Juniors with Team Czechia, and at times even with the Barrie Colts, especially in the shootouts. He's just got slick hands. He's got fantastic talent, and I think he's going to fit in quite nicely with this Kitchener Rangers team. Ahokas behind the bench has got this team buying into the systems, and the Rangers have been the biggest surprise this season. At the start of the year, a lot of people predicted them to maybe be a bubble playoff team, but here at the OHL trade deadline, they're first place in the OHL. So Kitchener is getting it done, and they're adding. So Chalet this year, he's got 7 goals, 13 assists, good for 20 points in 25 games. And for Savard, he's a great defenseman too. He's not afraid to block shots. He even took a puck to the mouth in the game against the Niagara Ice Dogs. He missed some time, but that just goes to show this guy's determination and that team effort that he puts out there night in, night out. But for Savard, he's not going to get you a lot of points. He's got 2 goals, 4 assists this season, but very reliable on the back end. Now, coming to the Barrie Colts, Kyle Morey, he's a 2006 born player. He's played well with the Rangers with the ice time that he's seen. It's kind of limited. 6 goals, 7 assists, 13 points. He's a plus 12. So Morey, if I think with the Barrie Colts, he's going to get more ice time, and we should see him flourish here at the Saddlein Arena. The other player, Blair Scott, he's a 2005 defenseman. But when Kitchener was in Barrie last month, he was playing on the fourth line because of players at the World Juniors and injuries. And on that fourth line, Blair Scott managed to score a goal in that game. So he does have a good shot, and he's got that skill set as well. So if the Barrie Colts need a player to be that change-up guy, play defense some nights and then forward others when they're shorthanded, Blair Scott, he is capable of doing that. And also interesting to note, both Morey and Scott are Kitchener natives. And now they're going to be playing with the Barrie Colts, getting traded from Kitchener. So that's just an interesting tidbit, but still, it's a major deal. And good luck for the Kitchener Rangers because this is a huge pickup. They're trying to keep the pace with the Sioux Greyhounds and the Saginaw Spirit, who've made their big moves. Also, the Owen Sound attack. That Western Conference is going to be fascinating once we get towards the playoffs. Now, the Barrie Colts, they also made another trade earlier today. They sent Anson Thornton, the goaltender, to the Niagara Ice Dogs. This trade, it was posted after the overager deadline, but this one's a little strange because Anson Thornton, as I mentioned, he's an overage goaltender, an Arizona Coyotes prospect. The Ice Dogs in this trade also receive a conditional 12th round pick from the Colts, while Barrie gets a conditional 15th round pick. So this all comes down to if Anson Thornton ends up playing with Niagara. I'm not sure of all the details in regards to the conditions, but that's basically the gist of it. If Thornton ends up playing and maybe plays a certain amount of games, then those picks will turn into something else for the Barrie Colts. So Anson Thornton going to Niagara, and of course the Ice Dogs, they're 8 points out of a playoff spot right now, which makes this trade seem a little more odd. They also have Owen Flores already in net, and they picked up Charlie Robertson from the North Bay Battalion the other day. So the crease is getting a little full. The OHL trade deadline, of course, is tomorrow at noon, so maybe another trade is possible involving either Flores or Robertson. We'll have to wait and see, but this one seems different. It almost feels as though the Niagara Ice Dogs, they want to try and push for a playoff spot. They do see that the Peterborough Petes, who are sitting in that 8th spot, have sold off a lot of pieces, so Peterborough is likely going to fall. But you also have the Barrie Colts between them, who I know that Barrie's done some trades, but I think this is a team that still can be competitive. Now, the Brantford Bulldogs, they've traded Noah Van Vliet to Sudbury. I love Noah Van Vliet's game. He seems to have a great hockey sense. He's a 2004, and he'll fill that void that Jabril Toure leaves after being traded to Windsor earlier today. The Wolves, they do send Owen Protz, who is a 2006 defenseman, and 2 second-round picks and a third, which is another great haul for the Brantford Bulldogs. And finally, the Guelph Storm, they've also traded Justin Dezoti to the Sioux Greyhounds, and this is the second time Dezoti has been traded this season. First, he was traded from Mississauga to Guelph, and now to Sault Ste. Marie. So Dezoti, he's got 1 goal, 2 assists in 30 games this season, so he'll be a depth player with the Sioux Greyhounds. So those are the moves today. Of course, we got the OHL trade deadline tomorrow. We got the live stream. It'll get underway 8:30, so tune in for that. And be sure to put your comments down below, your thoughts on the trades. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll talk to you again tomorrow morning.